Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network, presented by Patriot Patch Company and Camerado.com. How's everybody tonight?
Good.
Doing good.
What's new with everybody?
Not much.
It's February, okay? We're still in the hibernation mode.
Yeah.
Maybe you and Ray. Nick and I don't get to hibernate.
I won't be hibernating next week. I'll be in warm weather next week.
Shut up.
Not everybody is that lucky, okay? And
I
who
didn't-
knows? Texas could get hit by snow.
Well, like I said,
That
our site shut down when we got the snow last time, so I don't want that to happen again. We're a week and a half behind, and we had issues with network drives today, so I didn't get any work done today. So it's like great. So which makes me even more
Vacation
day,
day, snow day.
Pretty much, it was
Snow
actually
day.
just training, watching training videos all day. It's like I'd rather be working. But
It's a snow day.
yeah.
Oops, I forgot to set up Discord for streaming.
Oh,
80 degrees today.
that sounds so nice.
It's California.
That's true. Did I see the last word in that sentence?
Idaho Rogers, how are ya?
Oh my gosh, that's a name we haven't seen in a while.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna put a post that on the Facebook group today. We'll see if we can get some more people.
Oh. So, how's everybody doing? Good? Keeping busy?
Yeah, didn't really do much over the weekend. We were gonna go shooting, try some new build stuff out, but just was too cold. It was in the low 20s, and snow was still sitting around, and the range is down a rock gravel road, so I didn't want to go trying to get out over there to experiment going down that road yet.
No, you
Right.
did.
I might go this weekend, maybe Sunday before the Super Bowl, even though I really don't care about the Super Bowl this year. So
You just want to watch the commercials.
pretty much, that's pretty much all I'm watching it for this year, and for just football, just to watch football. Don't care about halftime. Don't care about any of the other stuff. I'm pulling for an NFC team this year, so
Yep.
I went to a range Sunday and indoor range. And by 1 o'clock it was empty.
yeah.
Surprising. It's nice to have a range all by yourself.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of how our old club was.
I get that from time to time here. There's times I'll go out there. There's one or two other people here, but usually sometimes they're on the opposite side of the club, or they're shooting in one of the pistol bays while I'm at the rifle bay, and it's good to hear background noise, but it's big enough you don't see them, you don't mess with them, and they don't mess with you, and so. But yeah, like I'll say, it's one of the nicest ranges in the Midwest.
Well, I hope to be making it to there. So
Like I
Good
said,
reason.
come before this summer, because KC is going to be a mess this summer.
well, it's,
Why?
We have 4 teams making KC their home base for the World Cup.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. It's going to be bad. And one of them is England, where people drive on the other side of the road. So,
Oh, come on. That'd be hilarious.
how many head-on collisions are we going to have?
It'll be fine.
If they
Oh, he was
drive?
out by Monterey. So Idaho Rogers was out by Monterey. Gorgeous. And Central Coast of California is not bad.
No, but it's still.
I mean,
California.
it's in California, but as far as choosing places in California to be, it's not bad.
Well, that's probably I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember where Viejo is exactly from, but that would that be where Jefferson, California was going to be, or Jefferson, the new country or state they wanted to make,
Jeffersonia or
whatever. I can't remember. I remember seeing a video years ago about it. They wanted to split like the north part of California off from the rest. I don't remember where that was though.
It don't matter now. I mean, it's all.
It doesn't.
So why worry about it? You know.
Yeah.
But Monterey was always the nicest area, California. But,
oh yeah,
you got the nice track there.
Yeah,
good coastline, good views.
The coastline is really rocky there. And,
I didn't say it was a beach.
yeah.
So we are stalling a little bit because Mr. Joel will be along, but he has that lovely parental duty, like most parents do, and it's about that time of the night. So, but he's closer to Santa Barbara. Nice.
He's that far south. I'm California. I don't think I've been to California for 5 minutes.
Really? That's all?
Okay, when you almost
It's actually pretty gorgeous.
I was out near Prim, Nevada, so I wasn't really. I was right off the interstate there, so it doesn't really count.
No, I've spent a couple of weeks in California. When I worked for O'Reilly, I was blessed to take 3 trips on the company dime. I went to Yelm, Washington, which is just outside of Seattle. And then I went to Paris, California. And then I was in Apple Valley. So Paris is in the Inland Empire. And Apple Valley is high desert. Thankfully, that trip was in February and not or July. So Sharonda's trying to join, but Sharonda isn't tech savvy. She's got a silly Apple phone, which sucks, and then her internet sucks, so she's really screwed. Let's see. Are you lucky enough this time, Sharonda?
Yes, unmute her mic before she can talk.
Can you hear me?
We can
Yeah,
hear
you're
you.
on twice. What the heck?
Yeah.
City in California. That'd be darn.
Yeah.
I turned your camera back off, and she's back.
Oh.
Hello.
I think I'm here.
Yes, you
We're
are.
here. We can hear you.
Yes, you
We're
are.
here. We can hear you. We just don't see you.
Just no video.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on, we always say a beautiful.
There we go.
There you go.
There she is.
Hello, gentlemen. I think
How you
my
doing?
Google Fiber is trying to make me spend more money.
How is you?
Is good and tired. How about y'all?
About the same.
You got that sporting that updo tonight, huh?
Yeah, I got shenanigans to get into. I ain't got time for here. Was already pre-bugging Nick.
Huh? Yeah, you're good. Bug me all you want.
I love the smell of IMR 4064 in the morning.
This is my boring time of year.
So, anyway,
Once the weather turns nice, I'm out at the club a lot of times.
Sharonda, how you
Yes.
been?
Good. It's great to be employed.
Yay! Where is that? Or are you not at liberty to speak?
Are we on live?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you offline.
Well, I know where you work.
I already know, so.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think all you guys know.
Yeah, Sharonda's got
Yeah,
a
we
new
do.
job, but she can't say where it is. But it's a pretty cool job.
Yes.
So.
I won't say it, but a pretty high end company. Put it that way.
So,
Wait.
yep.
Show
What'd you do to your
that,
thumb?
Hold the thumb up higher, and so we can see your wrist. There we go. Now you know.
Oh,
where
that's
your
right. You did tell us about your thumb a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it fixed. So yeah. Getting
Talent.
ready to be in them springtime and summertime, outdoors, laying prone, weird situations.
You gotta be careful how you phrase that. People might think other things.
Okay, but don't think the other things.
Wow. You can tell it's basketball trading deadline time.
Oh, it's all my phone's blown up today.
Yep. I don't care about basketball. Knock it off,
College
ESPN.
basketball, but the only thing I care about.
At least it's not Amber Alert. Those were going crazy this weekend.
Yeah. Thankfully, we haven't had any of
Surrender.
those up here by us for a while.
Put on your calendar August 1st and 2nd.
Torrenda? Yes.
August 1st and 2nd.
And then
Okay,
put
what are
on
we
there.
doing?
Put on there. My ass will be in Des Moines.
Des Moines.
Yes.
Des Moines, yeah. It's everything. We have 4 S, but none of them are pronounced in the name. I love
Des
it.
Moines. What are we doing?
That is gold.
Goals.
And on the hottest damn days of the summer.
I know it sucks, but
I'm
You're
here
Midwest.
for it.
you're Midwestern. You better be. You're used to this.
I'm here for it. Yeah. I'm never gonna be used to it.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
The good news is the Blues are only 12 points out of the wild card.
I don't care. We still third to last or second to last.
Second to last.
Hey, Cardinals.
But I didn't want to ruin your. I didn't want to put a damper on it for you. I wanted to tell you good news.
You remember where we were in 2019 at this point? Still
Out there.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
I know. That's why I'm trying to tell you.
I don't. Well, what was it last year? I think we made a run and made the wild card.
Yeah.
I don't know about this team. I don't know about that whole city. I've kind of lost hope in my old city.
Yeah.
The Cardinals are terrible. They traded one of their other great pieces.
Oh, this part.
on.
Okay, TV should come on in a second. Did y'all hear that?
Yes.
Oh, well, that feature
We're
doesn't work.
wondering what's going to be on the TV. That's so exciting.
I don't know, some action, murder, spy thing. I
Sweet.
had to pause all the internet to get on.
Oh, Ken Brown. Oh, jeez. Oh,
Good grief.
but
Oh, Nick, I'll have toys for us to take advantage of
okay. Sounds
when I
good.
come bug you.
Sounds good.
Ray, are you here yet?
I'm here.
Permanently?
I'm an official Kansan.
That's actually
Hey.
Ray's house they're at.
Yeah.
I got my license plates today, so I'm really official.
Oh, you're official.
Nice.
Yeah, driver's
Welcome
license,
to open
then-
carry.
Firearms license here.
I will never open carry.
I would never either, but
It just you feel like you have a target on your back the whole time.
Well, it depends on what you're open carrying.
Well, I like at the gun club I'll open carry. But other than that, that's about it.
doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Exactly. It doesn't count at the gun club.
Yeah,
other than
doesn't
that,
count.
But if it's your barbecue gun and you're at a barbecue, then it's okay.
Oh, it depends on whose barbecue it is.
In my own house or here at my dad's.
Or if you're marrying, if you're officiating your sister's wedding, then it's okay.
I'll conceal carry then.
No, I had 1911 right on my hip.
Okay, under the jacket then. True, I would assume.
Nope, wide open.
I would not officiate my sister's wedding because I ain't a priest. So
I wasn't either till I got ordained.
well, being
Hey,
Catholic,
that's what I should do. I should charge Reloading podcast members who want to get married. I should charge them to do their wedding.
There you go.
there you go.
Oh Lord, they'll be getting divorced before the wedding even is officiated.
Oh, I do none of that premarital counseling. That's on you. Idaho Rogers, I would agree. The college football championship was epic, and yeah, it's kind of hard to get excited for the Super Bowl.
Yep, 100%. Mike and I agree. Big Ten all the way at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The Big Ten is now the superior football conference.
Or at least for this year.
Has been for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ohio State or Michigan, Ohio State, and now Indiana. 3 back-to-back-to-back.
Notre Dame's been up there. They didn't win it, but
They're independent. Join a conference. That's what I got them left out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Although it turns out that they did make a good choice by picking Miami.
I agree that it came back, did not bite them.
No. Running with scissors is one. Now, is that 1-1 or is that 1-4-1? Running with scissors. I would never steal a kid. They're too expensive.
Yes, they're too expensive. Yeah. Especially if they're into guns.
Damn right.
Military, 1-1-1.
What is in the background?
Of just not being able to stay locked in professional.
Oh, he's 1-1. Okay. So.
one still married.
They did that.
Hey, Sharenda, we're hearing the TV.
Contract. Working with.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, good news is you're still married, so on the second one. So you're not trying for your third or fourth. Oh, there was a meme I saw earlier about J-Lo. It was after four divorces and 6 broken engagements, she finally realized it's her.
Is what's their name still? Is she still with what's his name?
Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
I think they're
No.
filed for divorce, I think.
Did they
I'm
get
yeah.
married?
again. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't remember. I don't know if they were about to or what went down with that.
They're no longer together, so
I can't keep any of this shit straight.
I don't care, so I don't
Why?
worry
I
about
don't
it. I just
either.
saw the
Yeah.
meme that was funny
Why?
shit.
Yeah, just let me know, Sharenda. We'll figure out time. You can come over. I'll walk you through rifle cartridge reloading.
I still need to double
Oh,
check and see
he
what I need to
performed
replace.
2 weddings. Okay. So he's got a 50% success rate, which is right around the marriage success rate in the country. The problem is when they get that stat, that's all marriages, not first marriages. So I'd be interested to see what the percentage is for first marriages. So Running with Scissors he's officiated 2 weddings. One they're still married, the other one they're divorced. Now we've got that all straightened out. And the reason Idaho Rogers was rooting for Indiana is because Miami beat his beloved Aggies. And then the Hoosiers beat the crap out of Miami and made it all good. So, anyway.
Dwayne Waiter's still engaged to Pam.
Hey, if you can make it work, marriage is just a piece of paper. I mean, heck, as far as everything's concerned, if you've made that commitment to death till you part, you don't really need the marriage certificate. It's just another tax from the state. So,
What about those situations where people spend a night and they just never go home?
That's right. You want to come over for a sleepover?
15, 20 years later.
Hopefully they don't have 2. Hopefully they didn't have 2 leases or something. They forgot about one. They just went over and spent the night. Still got an apartment. It's one of those that people walk into in 20 years and they look back and they go, oh my God, it looks like the 80s. Whoops. There was that one in Paris, France, they found. The lady died in, I think, the 40s. But nobody ever went in because it was paid for and everything. And so they went into it in like the 90s and they found the body, well, the mummified corpse. And the fact that everything was, obviously covered in dust, but also the fact of, everything was as it was in the 40s. So it was kind of like a time capsule. So Idaho Rogers, the benefit of a big wedding is, yes, it may cost you a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it'll get paid for with the gifts. So there you go.
Depends on the circle that you run in.
Well, I think isn't he?
That's why you invite everybody.
Idaho
Rich
Rogers is a
info.
Marine, right?
I don't know. At mine, the open bar costs a lot of money.
I didn't pay for people's alcohol. I bought one keg and that was it. Anything
Never
else?
made money on our wedding.
30 years later.
Now, granted, they tapped 2 more kegs, but I didn't pay for them.
That's like my buddy's wedding. Shoot, we ran out of the open bar about before dinner was over. Thank goodness I only lived like 5 minutes down the road. I got a couple bottles of bourbon at my house, came right back. One was gone in 5 minutes.
Nope. Greetings.
Hey guys, sorry I'm a little late.
Hey,
No, you're fine.
Guys and gals, I should say. Yeah, I think I was telling Mike and the gang here, I've got a 5-month-old and a 2-year-old. So bedtime is just like, it's like in the trenches. I got my helmet on and I'm taking fire. I mean, it's a whole experience every night, something new.
So what you're saying is they've kind of earned the nickname Crotch Goblins.
Yeah, they're just the best and worst thing I've ever done simultaneously, right? And I think that ratio will
Absolutely.
change, right, from what I've heard as I get a little older. But no, it's I'm very blessed. It's been good, and all credit to Kelsey. My wife is holding down the fort right now with one in the bath and one about to go down. So if you guys hear screaming or yelling, you'll know what's going on.
Sounds good. If you have to go give emergency backup, just wave and
Yeah,
We'll
I told
tell
her
time.
to like text me if something goes wrong. But no, it's all good. I'm excited to be here, and thank you guys for having me as always.
hey, we're happy to have you. So how have you been?
Good.
How was
Good.
SHOT Show?
SHOT was crazy. SHOT was very busy. It was a good year. I don't know if any of y'all got to go or heard much about the show, but it was kind of like COVID the first couple years coming out of it. SHOT was a little more depressed and kind of down, and I thought we'd see a little bit of slack off this year with kind of the tough year the industry had last year. But I mean, it was busy, and every year it's kind of a different theme. It feels like to me, right? Last year you saw these companies making lever guns that never made lever guns. This year, everybody and their mom's selling a suppressor.
Yep.
So it's just funny to kind of see these trends come and go. But in our little world of Hodgdon and RCBS, I mean, reloading's is pretty steady. So yeah, we had a good show.
Yeah, definitely. Reloading is alive and well. So
Agreed. So I can talk more about SHOT and kind of what's new with RCBS, or I don't know if folks, logging on and checking out the stream have questions for me, but happy to get powder or tools or whatever.
Well, if people got questions, go ahead and put them in there. Viejo 2A, what's your channel? So one of the listeners said that tunes in, he says, I was fortunate enough to receive promotional donation to my channel from RCBS via Mr. Hodgdon here. I'm getting lots of video done with all that gear.
Viejo 2A is his channel, I think.
My buddy
So.
Viejo. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They, a fellow Californian for RCBS, so that's good. I love it.
Yeah, he's been I didn't even know he had a channel, I guess. So yeah, Viheo, we need to promote your channel more. So
yeah, if you guys haven't seen his YouTube, it's some cool content and some fun casting stuff and some things you don't see everywhere online on YouTube. So definitely worth follow.
nice. Yeah, definitely have to do that. We want to support our listeners and the community as a whole. So, but I guess what's been up with, I guess, kind of what's up with RCBS is the big thing. So we were going to try and have you on this past fall to talk about the Matchmaster dies, but that didn't happen. So why don't we start there?
Sure. So I think most folks have maybe used our Matchmaster dies, or before that, they were our gold medal series of dies, right? Same thing, just kind of different bit of a reskin over the years. So we've had our Matchmaster series out for a long time. And guys, these are kind of our top end premium dies, right? Micrometer cedar die, usually with a bushing sizer die. And so we had two different options historically. We had the Matchmaster dies with the bushing neck sizer, or we had a Matchmaster set with a bushing full length sizer, but we didn't have a non-bushing sizing option. So this year, one of our new products is what we're calling Matchmaster Duo, and that's our micrometer seating die that's got that unique loading window on it, which we have patented. And for you 17, 22 cal folks out there especially, you don't have to fish a bullet underneath your die as you're trying to seat that and get it concentric. You can just drop it right into that loading window. That is a big deal if you're loading in any kind of volume. Even me, loading up a 30 cal bullet or a 6.5, a 7, whatever it is, it's still way easier just to drop in that loading window and go. You adjust it all with that micrometer on the top to kind of get your reference point and dial in your seating depth. So great dies. So this year, Duo is that cedar die plus just a standard full length RCBS sizing die. That helps the price point a little bit. So you'll find those cheaper than what you've seen our Matchmaster set out there for historically. And you don't have to buy the bushings, right? So if you don't want a bushing size, you don't have to. If that's how you resize your brass, great, keep at it. We'll keep offering those. Really good option if you go that route. But I know a lot of folks just want to keep it a little bit simpler and use a more standard full length sizer. So I think if you're comparing them to like Redding or some of the other folks out there, I think it's their Elite Hunter series, I think they call that, or Premium Hunter series, something like that. It'd be very similar, right? So it's a high quality die from RCBS, and you'll find those about $150, $160.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's Matchmaster Duo. I see a comment about the trimmer. That's probably our big news for the year. I don't know how much.
Yeah, that is huge.
Yeah, we're really excited. So for folks that haven't heard, here at RCBS, we actually teamed up with Henderson Precision, and Todd Henderson and his folks, they've been making an awesome unit for a long time, guys. They're kind of in my mind, the OG in the space, with what they've been able to do. So we got together and we partnered up to bring you what we're calling our Matchmaster Precision Case Trimmer. So this is really kind of like an upgraded version of Todd's Henderson's Gen 3 trimmer. So it looks similar, but we added a micrometer stop on it. So there's no adjustment screw underneath. You can dial in your trim length with that micrometer. It's also really nice as a reference point for future sessions. So you can trim your brass. You come back to it the next time you're ready to do that caliber again, and you just dial in that same reference point off your micrometer, and you can get going way quicker, be very consistent with your trim length. So that's a big improvement. We changed a couple of things, some tweaks on the motor, and then we added a different sort of like cutter guard, as we call it, to collect the brass shavings. Before, again, Henderson's great trimmers, but they just kind of sprayed brass shavings and cuttings all over. Our new kind of cutter guard kind of houses all those in there to kind of clean that up for you. And it'll do a 22 up to a 338 cal case. So, some of you 416, 50 cal folks, a little bit on the high side, that'll be a little too long for a trimmer to do. But if you're going anywhere from the 22 up to 338, it's a great option. And like I said, we worked with Henderson to make it happen. So that's been a lot of fun. And I can't keep them in stock. So that means we're doing something right.
Now with your Matchmaster die set that's in full length, full length without bushing, are you going to be coming out with a mandrel setup?
Yeah, it's a good question, Paul. So we don't have any mandrel sizing dies right now, but a lot of guys are going that way. Obviously, some of our competition has good mandrel options out there. Our kind of R&D team has been doing a ton of testing to get kind of back to the basics of what produces consistent ammo, and mandrel sizing is a huge piece of that, honestly. So no news for you right now, but I'll just say it's something we're really going to heavily look into. We'll probably kind of keep our traditional way we've done sizing dies for forever, but I think you'll probably see a mandrel sizing option from us before too long.
Good.
Just one more option, right? Different strokes.
So Viejo Tue said that trimmer looks awesome. I'm mostly a handgunner, so probably not for me, but I can really see the improvement over the Henderson old model.
Yeah, Walter, we launched the unit without a couple of pilots, so we ended up adding a 338 cal pilot to push the trimmer into that caliber. And one of the big pieces of feedback was the guys that do want to trim pistol brass. So we're working on a couple options there. I don't know, based on kind of the size of the unit, if it's not going to be sort of updated well, we're not going to do it. I still think probably a dedicated setup for trimming pistol brass is better. But that being said, you'll probably see something out of us on the pistol side for that trimmer before too long too.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Because nobody in the market really addresses trimming pistol, and I do know some people that do. We've actually had that debate in our Discord, and a couple people came up with a really good reason for actually trimming pistol brass. So, other than like revolver brass, Yeah,
I feel like the straight wall folks in general kind of get left out, unfortunately, whether that's pistol or even your rifle cartridges.
Right.
Maybe you guys wouldn't be surprised, but I bet a lot of folks on the street would be surprised if you knew how many 350 Legend, 360 Buckhammer, 400 Legend die sets we sold every year. I mean, those cartridges are alive and well, and a lot of folks don't have good trimming options for them.
No.
Right. So you're back to a more manual kind of setup.
Yeah, especially with all the Midwest states like Illinois, Iowa. I don't remember. There's like 3 or 4 of the states that it's pretty much just straight wall cartridge rifle hunting.
Yeah, and a lot of that's new, right? I think Arkansas just started straight wall hunting a season or two ago. There's other places in Ohio, parts of Minnesota, Michigan, right, where some straight wall use is still mandated. I think you mentioned Illinois, Nick. Like there's lots of states where you have to use those cartridges kind of coming out of the muzzle loader era. So no, they're a lot of fun, right? I mean, great in lever guns, cool in ARs, right, for your 350s. And they're just fun. So I think, we need more options to be able to work those cartridges.
It makes sense because a lot of people have difficulties with those straight wall cases, and with a new way of trimming them, keeping them even, they will be able to seat and crimp their bullets better.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big piece of news from us. So I think if folks are out there looking for our new Matchmaster trimmer, we should be shipping it really heavily later this month. So you'll start seeing it pop up on kind of all the popular websites, all the popular retailers, our own website, of course, RCBS.com. So that should be shipping soon. And Duo, I think we're stocked out of 308 Winchester, but if you want to pick up one of those Matchmaster Duo sets, we should have everything but 308 Win and 28 Nosler for whatever reason. We're popular. So those are live right now. And then the other new product we launched this year, which that's not really a new product per se, but it's kind of a new combination. We've never combined our rock chucker press, right? Just your F-150 of reloading presses. That's like the Kleenex of the single stage world, obviously. we've never combined that press with one of our electronic powder dispensers. So for the first time, we paired up our Chargemaster Link, which is a great unit if you want to get into electronic powder dispensing, and then our Rock Chucker, plus kind of all the other accessories you need into a starter kit. So we're calling that our Rock Chucker Elite Kit. You folks on the call, I bet a lot of folks in the chat, you guys probably have 98% of that stuff already, but this kit is literally what I would tell my buddies to buy if they're like, hey, I want to reload. How do I get into it? And I would send them like 10 different links off of our website at RCBS, and they'd have to go through and buy every single one. And I'm like, we need a kit for this. So we kind of paired it all up. Here's the kit. Here you go. I think if you bought all this stuff separately compared to buying our kit, you're saving like $150, then going out there and trying to piece it all together. So that,
are you going to put a trimmer in with it? The whole 9 yards that everybody needs,
so we don't,
system.
We're not going to do, so for priming, yes, we have our universal hand primer in there, which is a nice option, right? But for trimming and then what I would call like case processing, so, vibratory, rotary, a polisher, like some of the cleaning equipment, we don't include that in the kit, Paul, just because, one, people like different methods and they kind of decide they want to, hey, I'm not going to clean my brass, or I'm going to wipe it off, or, hey, I need to tumble it all, or I want to ultrasonic clean it all. There's just different methods there. So we don't include any of those in our kits.
But a case trimmer should be part of it, though. I mean, it's not going to be a Matchmaster or whatever, but
sure,
just a standard case trimmer.
No, I agree. In a perfect world, we would include that. We don't in this kit just because of cost, right? If we added in even our manual Trim Pro trimmer, I think we'd be adding something like, I don't know, probably $100 roughly
buy it anyway.
Cost of the kit. So
I mean, they got to buy it. I mean, as much as X dyes and everything else help, you still have to trim brass. It's just part of
What about making, here's an idea, and I don't know how feasible it would be. It'd be more on the web design end of it. But, some of the kits, you have selection options, like if they come with dyes and stuff.
Yeah.
What about, making that an add-on to all your kits?
Yeah, no, on our website, we can kind of do whatever we want, right?
Yeah.
And I think we've got what we call some bundles out there on RCBS.com where you can kind of go through and pick those different options and sort of build your own kit. But within our kind of packaged kits that we're shipping to, South Africa, New Zealand, and, Des Moines, wherever, we got to fit it all in a box and have it work on a retail shelf. So that's part of it too.
Yeah.
Space constraints, right? How much you can cram into a box and how heavy it gets. I agree. Everybody needs to learn how to trim brass, but I know lots of guys that get started reloading and they don't even start trimming until they've done it for, a couple of years, or they're throwing brass out or whatever. So I agree. We probably should have a trimmer in there. And if we get a lot of feedback that we need a trimmer, I don't see why we couldn't have another kit and, include our Trim Pro in there.
Yeah, the shelf space, having worked retail with trying to fit new reloading stuff in, that's kind of the big kicker, is shelf space. So
yeah, and talking to our customers, it's shelf space for reloading products. And then, this is not like RCBS and Lyman going head to head, or Hornady and RCBS going head to head. This is like reloading versus everybody, because these retailers, they can make more profit, more margin dollars as they talk about it, higher turns, right? The rate at which they sell these products. If they're selling, pepper spray or airsoft parts or whatever, right? We're kind of lower on the list for a lot of these retailers. And so a lot of them don't carry reloading equipment at all, which I think is a shame. Maybe they don't have the guy behind the counter or the gal behind the counter that knows reloading, so they don't feel comfortable selling it. Even if they do, they might not want to dedicate the shelf space because this stuff just takes up room, right? And they'd rather use that shelf space for ammo or for things that are going to move faster and sell more, which is kind of a shame. So there's some great retailers out there that do an awesome job stocking reloading products, and I'm always pleasantly surprised when I walk into even like a Shields and you see like short action customs and Widden and 419 and just some awesome stuff on the shelf. I'm like, man, these guys know what they're doing, you know. So there's definitely some great retailers out there that do that, but yeah, that space constraint, that's a challenge, I think, for our part of the industry.
Definitely. So, you know, there's the oddball Walmarts here and there that carry reloading stuff. Do you supply stuff to Walmarts?
We do. So RCBS has been in Walmart for 30 years or longer, kind of depending on the store.
Yeah.
And the you know, one part of when Hodgdon bought RCBS, we wanted to not only kind of rebuild RCBS back into what it used to be. We talked about that a little bit before, right? But also we want to just build reloading. Because the way we think about it, guys, is if somebody goes out and buys a red press, a green press, an orange press, a blue press, they're still kind of in our family, right? They're going to use our powder at some point. They're going to be part of what we're doing as a community. They're going to support the Second Amendment. They're going to go shoot, like all that such good stuff. And so we wanted to grow reloading. And I think, you know, with my apologies to the Bass Pros and the Midways of the world, I think growing reloading means having RCBS in Walmart, right? The fact that you can walk into a Walmart and buy reloading gear with your bread, your milk, and your eggs, I mean, that's a big win just for the Second Amendment, right? Truly. You know, if they push our category out and they get us out of the stores and you have to go to weird websites from Lithuania or wherever to buy reloading gear, people are just going to do it less, right? So that accessibility is a big deal. And, you know, these are not products, guys, that you all, what am I trying to say? You all have everything we're selling in Walmart already sitting behind you on your benches. So do I, right? We're just kind of stocking the basics of, hey, here's a rock chucker, here's a kit, you know, here's a case block and a couple of brushes and some 30-06 dies and a shell holder. You know, this is not a huge assortment by any means. So I will say, you know, if folks listening to this podcast can't find what they need, you know, get on Midway, get on Brownells, get on Graph, get on Powder Valley, like buy it what you need. But know that if you got a buddy that's getting into reloading or you need something local, you're going to be able to find RCBS a little bit more. And so I think Walmart's a big part of that. And I give them credit, right? It's cool to see Walmart just interested in carrying reloading gear at all.
Yeah, especially considering they tried to get rid of everything relating to shooting within 10 years.
And there's still some things that, you know, well, I'll just say that we have an AR series of reloading dies that are small base sizing dies intended for cartridges that you might more popularly find in an AR. You're not going to find those at Walmart, right?
Right.
So there's some things there that you kind of have to watch, but folks understand that. And like I said, I think it's cool that you can walk into a store and, you know, almost nationwide and pick up a rock chucker. It's a good thing. Have you seen some of our stuff at Walmart, Mike, or where did you?
I have not. My local Walmart does not carry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know I've been seeing it because I'm on the reload or the RCBS Facebook. I think the big RCBS Facebook group, and a lot of people have been posting it on there when they're seeing at their local Walmarts, and that's probably been 15, 20 plus photos. People posting the shelf space, so that's good to see.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on their website. So
we're not at every Walmart, right? I don't remember how many doors exactly, but you know, we're in a good chunk of them, and hopefully that's something we can kind of grow. But you know, we don't discriminate, guys, right? Like I mentioned, other customers and retailers of ours. We've got a lot of great partners, and Walmart's just one of the many. You know, we're on Walmart.com, we're on Amazon. I mean, we try to be wherever folks want to shop and buy our products. Like we want to be there.
Yeah. That's huge that you're on Walmart's website. You know, and I knew I knew that you guys were on Amazon, so that's nice.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if you get the powder on Amazon.
We would love that too. Trust me. But hazmat and shipping powder is a beast in and of itself, as you guys know. So no, I don't know if Amazon will ever touch powder. but we got a lot of good partners that sell that online. And I've been seeing folks doing free hazmat shipping promotions, right, over the last couple of months, and it's kind of nice to see some of that back. And hopefully you guys are seeing more powder out there in general, right? I think we had a good year, a better year, I should say, in 2025, where we were able to ship a lot of powder that maybe you guys haven't seen in a while, getting it from our suppliers. I see the comment section. The Trail Boss, I keep all the Trail Boss in my basement and I don't let anybody else have it. So
All right, I know where I'm going now. Okay, I know where to go.
Whenever you empty a can, you should let us have one of those as a museum item.
I shouldn't even joke about the Trail Boss thing. I'm sorry. Like, I know it, trust me, nobody wishes more than me that I could get Trail Boss to sell to you guys. I would love to have just trailers full of Trail Boss, but it's just a weird powder to make. And so our supplier that makes that, guys, it's almost like they can make 2 pounds of a different powder blend, or they can make 1 pound of Trail Boss. There you go, Mike. You're just rubbing it in, man. You're just salt on the wound, buddy.
And it's only 8 ounces. That's the word. It's only 8 ounces in the bottle. So
that stuff's magic.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, hey, we hear you. We know you guys want Trail Boss. We have not shipped enough of it. We got a little bit in December, believe it or not, but that got snapped up like that. Blackhorn 209, right? There's a couple of other of these powders that you just cannot get from us, and I'm sorry, right? Like, we really wish we had to sell it to you, but know that we hear you. We know there's a missed opportunity for us there, and so our engineers, our ballisticians, our R&D guys, our suppliers, we're poking these folks like daily to say, hey, how do we get more Trail Boss? How can we maybe re-engineer some of the chemical formulation to get you something close to Trail Boss, right? Is there an option to supply it better? Can we source it from a different factory? Our team is looking at all this stuff every single day. And so I would just say, stay tuned on our website, hodgdon.com. You can sign up for like an in-stock alert when we have some of that go live. And if you can find it on Hodgdon, like, you'll know that, hey, Mid-South, Natchez, Powder Valley, Midway, Bass Pro, Shields, Sportsman's, that means all those guys got shipped, whatever you're looking for, Blackhorn, Trail Boss, whatever that is as well. So for sure, we're going to keep working on that. I know we got to do better.
you can only do what the industry can make for you. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
And you guys have shot that stuff. Like, it's just a weird looking powder kernel. The volume is very strange, and so Trail Boss runs on a very specific production line with some specific software to kind of make that formulation. And like I said, our supplier, they're like, hey, do you guys want, I'm not saying this is what happens, but it's something like, hey, do you want 3 pounds of Varget, or do you want 1 pound of Trail Boss? Right. And I'm like, well, we'll take the Varget, or we'll take powder X, Y, and Z. Right. So I think some of that is a trade-off of us saying we want to get the most powder out there possible. And so sometimes that means we can't produce some of these blends that we know would sell, but are just, it's a big trade-off.
Well, you guys did great with that, the extra pound of Varget and the 8-pound jugs. That went well.
The 8.8s. Yeah, that was kind of a fun one.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to do that. Oh yeah, there you go, Mike. You can kind of see. Okay,
so that's what Trail Boss looks like. It's little donuts. And so this is the cap off the bottle, so you can kind of get an idea of size. And then you look at it. So they're little donuts. So that's why it's difficult to make, because it's not a regular extruded powder.
Yeah, there's that perforation in it, increases the surface area, right, which changes the burn rate, burn speed characteristics, and some of the geometry of the powder. So then we play with a lot to get the powder to do different things that we want it to do. And what's funny is, like, Trail Boss was the original SAS cowboy action powder for years and years. And then, I was back to everybody and their mom making suppressors. Now all of a sudden it's the subsonic darling. So I think some of that was Trail Boss getting caught flat-footed when the demand went sky high. If folks, it's not quite a similar, not quite a one-for-one substitute, but our CFE black powder is sort of our answer for like the 300 blackout and some other subsonic loads. So that's worth looking into. That's a ball powder, right, in our CFE series. So some more modern technology, right? It's got the copper fouling eraser in it. It's got a low flash characteristic. It's going to have a good burn speed on it. And I will say, if y'all are looking for a Trail Boss replacement, call into Hodgdon, talk to our techs, say, hey, I'm doing a downgraded, I'm making this up, right? Whatever. I'm doing a subsonic 30-30 round with this grain weight of bullet. You know, what do you guys recommend? And our folks can kind of help steer you towards, maybe it's not the perfect replacement. You got to work a new load up, but they'll say, hey, try X, Y, and Z. And we can kind of help you out.
Well, that's the thing that you guys have kind of, the Hodgdon end of it has really stepped up for the last few years, is having a lot of subsonic loads listed in the data. So,
yep. More and more subsonic loads online, and this is news. Maybe I don't know if you guys have heard about this, but we're now taking load requests. So
yes.
If you're not seeing a specific projectile that you want to load, if you're not seeing data for a given powder and a certain velocity spread, if you just have we can't do every pet load, right, and be your private lab, but I will say, write in, let us know what you're looking for. And that goes to me and our ballisticians, and we look through all those submissions and say, hey, guys really are whatever, right? I'm making this up. Guys really need another load for a 338 cal A tip, right? We don't have enough data there. Well, then we'll haul that up our kind of priority order in the ballistic lab and shoot some of that for you. So I would say if you need something, like, let us know, and we'll throw it in the queue.
Yeah, you've got the you've also got the reduced recoils. I see that's a little bit new. So.
Yep, subsonic reduced recoils. Of course, all the new cartridges, right? Anytime there's a new SAMI cartridge out there, or even non-SAMI, we publish some data for non-SAMI stuff. You'll find load data for it. So, your 338 ARC, 86 blackout, 22 Creed, 25 Creed. Trying to think what else we've added lately. The new Weatherby RPM, 25 Weatherby RPM, I know we're working on now. So, there's more and more stuff all the time.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize that you have an actual subsonic tab on the data. There's an actual tab where you just hit subsonic as opposed to standard, and it gives you all the powder options, all the load options, tells you what projectile that this was well figured out with. Like 30-30 I just brought up. They're using 175 grain Hornady sub X bullet, and you're talking at Trail Boss, obviously out of stock, but everything else that's listed is all available for sale through Hodgdon. So you got H4895, H322 benchmark, number 2, and tight group.
We do, and yeah, so we sell tight off group. Our website. There you go, good stuff. That's more of a service just for your everyday hand loader. Right. We don't want to compete with our customers. So I will say, if you find something in stock on our website, odds are, your Natchez's or your Graphs or some of those other folks are probably going to have it, and they're probably going to have it cheaper, right? Because we don't want to compete with our customers. And so our kind of goal with that is, hey, we're going to offer everything we can on our website, but you should always be able to find it cheaper from other places. And, then you got to pay hazmat, right? You got to pay shipping and all that stuff from us, which you guys know gets a little spendy. So if you can find it locally, if you got a good local retailer, that's always the way to go for sure.
That's one thing. We kind of have it swelled here in the KC area.
Yeah, we're a little spoiled. We got some options. It's good.
We do between of course the local shops. Like I know the good old Powder High Hole we all go to, and then we got Midway right down the road. Brownells right up the road. What is it? Powder Valley down south. We got everything we can have within a day or two, usually.
Yeah, and despite some ice and some snow and whatever else, I think our folks in the southeast have had a hard time shipping. But
Yeah.
I like that comment. Bolt gun data for the arcs and the Grendel. That's a good question. I don't know if we have that right now. Sounds like we need to get that added.
Yeah, I don't think it's on there currently. At least as of a couple weeks ago, it wasn't.
I would assume all that is just for your AR platforms. So I will throw that into our tech team. No problem.
Yep. And then here's a compliment on the customer service. There's a couple on here. I'll show the other one in a minute. But yeah, BG Nagy had a problem with his Summit, but they took care of him. So
5th time's a charm. I love it. That's good.
So it was a unique situation. So
yeah. No, all good. Our customer service team guys, they're awesome. They're some of the best in the industry. I will say, I know that so we shut down for Christmas, right? We give our folks a 2-week break between Christmas and New Year's. So we shut down factories and let everybody go home to their families. And that's a big benefit of working for our company, and a little thank you, right? And so all that being said is, like, I know we came into January with just a massive customer service backlog. So if folks aren't having luck getting a hold of us, shoot us an email, give us a call. I promise we'll get back to you on the RCBS side. And now we're one big happy family, one big company, and so some of our Hodgdon techs will help out the RCBS folks with calls or questions or whatever. So I think just be patient, and we want to make sure we're getting you what you need.
The beauty of technology. You can be miles away and only moments apart.
So. Yeah, no, it's fun. So yeah, we try to take care of folks, and some of that is like self-serve. So, in the past, like, you could not buy hey, I need a new handle for my RS5 press. Like, you had to call in and wait through the customer service queue and talk to somebody, and then give them your information, and then they'd ship it to you. Well, some of those kind of like commonly requested parts are just adding to our website, to rcbs.com. So if you need to call in, you don't know what part you need, please do let us know. But if you've got your user manual, if you know what part you're looking for, get on our website, like, type that part number in or look that part up, and you might be able to find it. I want to make that a little bit easier for folks to just get what they need and not have to, one, wait and take your time to talk to our folks. And then two, of course, that helps speeds our team up, right? So we can get back to other folks that do need to talk to somebody a little bit quicker. So I think it's a win-win. But yeah, we've got lots of parts online now too. And it's amazing. I mean, we support stuff that's been out of discontinued for, probably about as long as I've been alive. So it's part of the brand. What else, guys? What else can I answer questions on? Or
didn't you have another new product? The loading block?
Oh yes, thank you.
I remember you sneaking information to me about that in the spring or that fall.
Man, I feel a little sheepish. I don't have one behind me. But so it's a loading block. Not much is new under the sun, but basically everybody out there has a really nice premium billet aluminum machined loading block. All those blocks, in my experience, they're great. Like, they're heavier. You can tip them over less. They stack really easily. They kind of anchor down your bench a little bit better than your old school plastic blocks, or even a wood block. Maybe you machined at home, whatever. So our new Matchmaster block, what's different about it is we actually machine 2 different diameters of case head sizes into one hole for the block, meaning our blocks will hold 2 different case head sizes. So you might have to go out and buy 2 blocks from the other guys if you want to hold a 223 into 30 cal case. Well, you can buy just one of our blocks, right? And that'll hold both those sizes. And our plan is to expand that. So we'll be able to launch, I think we're going to do like a Magnum, probably Lapua case head size, and then maybe a Magnum and something else. But right now you can buy that Matchmaster block from us, and that is, kind of your 223s and your 308 case families. And so that covers a lot of really popular cartridges, and we'll have some more options out there. So kind of fun.
So
gonna have
everything's
to-
pretty stable in there.
It's really impressive, right? Even that 2223, let's say, size case sitting in that 30 cal case diameter hole, like it grips the case head really well, and it's going to stay flat. So
Okay.
I think it's a good upgrade, and it's one of those things like, yeah, you can get by with the plastic block; they're totally fine. Our universal case block, great product, but yeah, if you want to upgrade the bench a little bit, it's just kind of a nice thing to have.
Kind of an update on the question earlier from Running with Scissors is the annual manual does have the load data for the arc and Grundle bolt guns,
Nice.
but hopefully we can get that onto the reloading data.
Surprisingly, it's on the website already, so I'll double check on that.
That's one thing I pick up every first of the year, pretty much, is the new Hodgdon manual.
Yeah, thank you. It's a fun one, and
Mhm.
I'm the RCBS guy, right? I don't get to touch as much powder as I'd like these days. RCBS has really been a big focus for us, but I did put my finger on the scale. I found an article in our archives from Fred Huntington, the RCBS founder, that he wrote in the 50s, I want to say, maybe the early 60s, about why you should get into reloading. And we kind of updated that and put it into the manual this year. So it's kind of a fun,
Nice.
there's some cool stuff in there too, right? Some nice stuff. And JB, my great uncle, one of our founders, passed this last summer. And so we have like a, kind of feature on him in the article. And I don't know if you folks got to meet JB over the years, and he was very special. So it's cool to kind of have something out there for him too.
Yeah, I don't remember if I met him at one of the shows or not. So,
JB or Bob, right? Would have been one of the two brothers. They were doing it for a long time. So, yeah, and that we'll keep doing that. So we've always got our annual manual, right? And we have like a basic manual that we ship out as well. And you may be seeing our CBS version before too long too. So
nice.
Yes,
I
we're excited.
remember when you used to publish a book.
Yeah.
Okay, a hardcover. So
I mean,
that goes.
Everybody else has one. I don't know why we can't, right?
Right.
I have no idea where we're going to get the load data from. So,
if only you had a source.
I know. Shoot, if only I had some good
one of the best
guys
powder manufacturers ever. Yeah.
But no, I think that'll be fun. And right now, like I mentioned, our new Elite kit. If you're new to reloading, you buy a kit. It should come with a manual that gives you the basics, right, and what you need to know, and the safety, and some history. And our annual manuals are great, but they're really more designed at maybe folks listening to this podcast or watching the live stream. I mean, more updated
data.
Yeah. So I think we need a manual just to kind of give folks the basics of reloading. And so if you are newer, you can refer to that in a way that our annual manual is a little more step up.
Right.
You used to hand out the with the kit was the old spear manuals.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. So I mean that was but I go back far enough where I remember the Hodgdon manuals, the actual, and they covered the IMR powders and everything else at the same time. So
yeah, I have a collection behind me somewhere, and it's fun. That's part of our heritage too. And I looked at a lot of those as we were kind of working on our RCBS project, and I just found some cool old stuff sitting around our office. I think I found it was like a Nosler first edition manual signed by, I think, Bob Nosler. And, I found a first edition Horny manual, and there's just some fun stuff kind of sitting around that the family's picked up over the years. So yeah, we want to kind of build on that heritage. And I think everybody should have one for sure. I see the comment. So Reloaders United said they're loving the new RCBS funnel. That's awesome. Thank you. It's only for rifle. Are we coming out with pistol calibers or other rifle calibers not included? So yes, if you picked up our new Matchmaster funnel kit, that comes with 6 different adapters, I want to say, in some kind of common sizes. Well, we built those adapters out over the last year to basically be, I think, about any caliber you need. So I think it's 17 up through 50 cal. And I mean, we have 408, we've got 35, we've got almost everything. And if we're missing something, let me know. But you should be able to use that funnel kit with any size adapter. And then we have a pistol specific adapter, almost like a drop tube, right? That will help you use that funnel to dispense to meter onto a pistol case. So yeah, that funnel, I never thought we would have a top 20 seller for us that's a funnel. It's amazing, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this thing yet. It's patented. It
looks incredible.
Aluminum. I mean,
I've seen them at the shops, but it looks incredible.
It's really
on my next purchase list.
What was that, Mike? Sorry.
So it's on my next purchase list.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know a guy. Let me know.
Yep.
We'll get you hooked up. And yeah, this is really cool. We actually one of our engineers, Marshall, he's a younger guy and he's still finishing up his education, and he had this idea, and it turned into our funnel, and we've got a patent on it, right? So the secret sauce is the internal geometry in the adapters of these funnels is very, very unique. And so we did a ton of testing to figure out where are powder kernels, powder grains going to bridge, where are they going to get stuck, what's kind of the pain point within a funnel. And we sort of, I guess, a slightly better mousetrap, right? So, I'll be real honest, like $100 for a funnel kit, that's not cheap. Like, we know it, but we machine it all in Oroville, right? It's all made in America. And like I said, it's pretty unique. So hopefully folks are happy with it. And yeah, we have those are shipping now. Those are sitting around out there.
It's well worth the money. I mean, even $100 for a funnel kit is nothing nowadays.
Well, yeah. I mean, I spend $200 on diapers and I just shrug these days. That's just
Yeah.
Well, I remember when you guys first released it, you put the video out comparing it to all the other ones, and just lights out. The powder dispenses so much faster into the case than any other one on the market. So that was the cool thing about it.
Thank you. It's worth a look. If you guys haven't seen that video, I don't generally like to kind of, we're all friends in the industry. I don't want to directly call it the competition, but I was like, hey, the only way to really show how this funnel performs, it's not a fancy marketing advertisement. It's just a test. Like, hey, here's ours and here's the other guys, and check it out. And so I don't remember, Nick. I think we'd used it was like reloader 28 through like a 17 cal adapter or something just stupid, right? Something you'd never do. And it's still like metered like water. I mean, it was pretty cool. So that's been a bestseller for us.
Yeah, I remember it was like a charge that you would never load in the day through that funnel. It was something ridiculous. Yeah, and it just
it was like a toilet clogging amount of powder through that funnel, and it still ate it and just dispensed it through. So yeah, it seemed silly. And I mean, I think electronic powder dispensing, if you're doing precision work, especially with rifle cartridges, that's probably the best dollar for dollar upgrade you can go buy to speed up your reloading and keep you precise and consistent. It's crazy to say. I think this funnel is probably pretty close to that, right? Just to keep you moving, making sure you're not, having to use a brush to get some powder kernels off, that's stuck to a plastic funnel because of static electricity. You're not busting out the dryer sheet to wipe down your funnel. I mean, I think it's again, it sounds silly, guys, but if you have a chance to test this thing out, I think it'll help.
Yeah, definitely a game changer. And I like the fact that it's a little more. It's got a couple of extra options for the adapters, so it's not so you're not using a 30 cal and a 27 cal.
Right.
You have the 7mm in there, so you can use that instead.
Yeah, the caliber specific part that is important.
That's
obviously
big.
you could
And there's 6 and 6.5, not just 6.5, and you can hold it steady for the 6. So yeah, definitely a better design. So
Now for something way off the wall. Your Pro Chucker 5 and Pro Chucker 7. When are you going to
Yeah.
come out with a case feeder for?
We need that, Paul. A case feeder. We used to have a bullet feeder
You
out
already
there.
make a great bullet feeder. You make a great bullet feeder. Okay. When are you going to make a case feeder for it?
We need a good case feeder. I totally agree. I'd like a Hornady or Dillon style hopper system too, right? So you really get some volume out of it. I think, RCBS, we've never been known for our progressive presses, right? That's just not been our wheelhouse. We haven't made bad presses there, but we don't have that whole ecosystem of all the accessories.
You make
Dillon has.
good presses. They're good presses. There's nothing wrong with them, except they don't have a case feeder.
I agree. Nope, I agree. I hear it all the time, and
that's the only issue with it. I sit down and I look at it and I say, wow, a nice 7-station press that's under $1,000. That you're competing with a Dillon then, and a high end Dillon. One item. I mean, it's a $300, $400, let's call it $500 item.
yeah.
And then your interchangeable tool heads on it, they're great. I mean, just loosen up two screws and it comes off, and you change the shell plate and you're off again.
No, I agree. Our Pro Chucker is underloved, right? And
it is.
yeah.
I mean, but it's a good press. There's nothing wrong with either one of them, except for the one thing that you need. And that's the only kicker on it.
Case feed, bullet feed. I like a hopper system. I like some of the automated options that Dillon has too. I mean, we're not ever going to go beat Dillon, guys. That's not who we are. But we just need some more options there. There's some great aftermarket accessories out there too, right? That we just don't support for our Pro Chucker. So I think, like you said, Paul, it's a good press for the money, and we made some improvements too. So our actuator, our primer transfer bar, there's some little things we've been kind of tweaking over the years, improving upon. That's something we're continually taking a look at, right? But yeah, that case feeder is not at the very tippy top of kind of our product R&D list, but it's on there for sure.
I mean, a high volume pistol loader using a Pro Chucker 7. Yeah, I mean, a case feeder is needed.
No, I agree.
It's the one area that you're missing in, and you've made a great press. It really is. It's a really nice automated press. It works
Good.
well. It's simple, to deal with, to make change. Go make a change on a Dillon 1050 or I got back here. I got an old Dillon RL 1000. Okay, that I still keep. But to make a change on it, to change it over to something else, oh my God. I'm there for hours. Yours, I can take it apart in 15 minutes and I can change over and swap everything out.
No, I'm with you. We'll get a case feed done. I promise. We need to do more there. I want to support that press and make sure we're still having an option out there for folks with progressive reloading. So I think that'd be a big deal.
I mean, it had put the green name, right up in front.
No, I appreciate it, and I will not show you guys my bench on this podcast because you might see more than green, and there might be a little blue down there too. So I gotta kind of be careful.
I mean, you're looking at blue there, and right next to it is my Summit press, and I'm going to tell you, I've gone through 2 rock chuckers.
Okay.
Wore them out, 2 of them. Okay.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So, I am a green person. But yeah, it's I really wanted to buy a 7 to go in place of that blue thing, and
No, I'm with you. I mean, just today we had a meeting and we were talking about pro checker improvements and you know, case feed is it needs to happen. And I see the note in the chat too. And there's a couple other questions I want to get to. So whether it's the Pro Chucker, the Rock Chucker, the Summit, the Partner, guys, all of our presses are made in America, right?
Correct.
Everything we can do that's even remotely possible from a cost and engineering standpoint, we will do it in America, right? So, I'll be very honest. There's some things that I cannot source for the life of me in the US, and we're always looking and trying. There's some electronic things, there's some plastic things that you just can't source in the US, or if you did, I would have to triple or quadruple what I charged you folks to buy our equipment, and that's just not an option either, right? So yes, RCBS, as well as all the other brands we've been talking about, we all do have to import some things from overseas. Some of it's China, Indonesia, Taiwan, the Philippines, right? Some things do come from overseas, but our dies, our presses, anything we can machine, we can manufacture, we're doing that in Oroville, right, in California, just as we have since 1941. So I think there was a rumor years and years ago about RCBS making some of those things in China. I don't know what the former ownership was looking at the time. I don't think that ever happened. I think that was just a bad rumor that got out. I could be wrong.
no,
and again, you will find
it was a rumor. And
there you go. Yeah.
They it was right after the original handoff of RCBS, and they were rumored wanted to go overseas. Taiwan was where they were talking, and it didn't happen.
Yeah, no, I think that's how these things kind of gain legs, unfortunately. But we're very honest about that, guys. You can get on our website and look at our user manuals for all of our products. They'll tell you where we make it if you got a question. I think we talked about our electronic powder dispensers. We do source those from overseas. Those are probably our most popular imported products. There is no US source for what those dispensers can do at the price point they do it at, right? I would have to import a German or a Japanese product to get anywhere near the quality of what we're able to import for those powder dispensers, and it would be 3 times the cost, right? So, I think about the jobs that we've got, in Oroville, in Kansas, in Montana with our company, and we're actually onshoring more. So there's some plastic components that we are getting out of China and we're getting out of Taiwan. And we're trying to pull that into the States where we can, and making that better. So we're always looking at that. But yeah, I see the China thing, and I want to make sure we're honest about that.
Has additive manufacturing opened this up for you? I mean,
awesome question. Some of the tooling and some of the prototyping, some of the R&D work we do, we're able to do in days where it used to take us months, right? It's amazing. Some of our, and again, marketing guy, so a grain of salt here. I'm not the engineer. You really need Joe Dunning, our lead engineer, to get on and talk this with you. But man, just the fact that so we're working on a new press right now. We can 3D print a prototype in our lab and use computer models to determine what's the flex going to be like, what kind of sway is that press going to have under load, how much force can it take. I mean, we can do all that with a 3D model, where before we have to draw it all up, send it off to our supplier, get a casting, or get a piece machined out of solid billet or something crazy, wait 4 months and get it back. Now we can iterate and get new designs done and new products out the door way, way, way faster. So, right now, Paul, we're not doing a lot of manufacturing of our actual products you go buy from us with 3D printing or additive manufacturing, but that day might not be too far off. And I think that's exciting. You know, you see what the suppressor guys can do with printing, you know, is it zirconium or some of those other kind of, you know, kind of newer age materials, like really impressive stuff. So I think
titanium, I mean, you know, additive manufacturing with titanium and that kind of stuff for suppressors, and baffles and everything else. This is where I see that our manufacturing part of it coming back to the United States here, and our engineers who are really smart can develop things that are gonna you know make our sport and our hobby a smoother, more functional process.
It's pretty amazing. And you know, if folks listening are mechanically inclined, you know, once every few weeks I'll get an email or somebody will write in and say, hey, I developed a better mousetrap. I had this idea. I printed it myself. And what do you think? Would RCBS be interested in picking up my idea and bringing it out to the world? And I mean, you see some really cool things that guys are doing at home in their basements. And, you know, I'm grateful for it. Like our primer chucker for our rock chucker kind of sucks, guys, being totally honest. It's not the best thing out there. And there's some guys that are 3D printing awesome replacements for it on the internet right now. And, you know, one, I should probably come out with a better primer catcher system. So you might see something there. But two, I think it's cool that people can take a product and make it better, you know, and do it at home. So I think the world's going that direction, which, you know,
if you're going along those lines, I'm seeing, and we're seeing in there, I still use an RCBS bench mounted primer system, but I have a Holland add-on that goes on that allows me to set the primer depth. Well, you know, the other names in it have come out with new priming systems with all one piece, and they're interesting. You know, I'm not looking at spending $700 on a PR priming system, but okay, you know, I am an accuracy precision type reloader, so I want something that allows me to adjust and seat my primer depth the way I could measure it, you know, and know it's all being set at one depth. Something that, you know, for you to look for and see. I just saw on the internet, in fact, it was today, a new powder dispenser that somebody's coming out with. It's going to be, you know, in the $900 range, same range that you're at now. With yours, it's good, but it's going to use an A&D FX 120i scale, and I don't know where it's at right now, but I'm still waiting on one from Ingenuity. That's, I may be dead by the time but I mean, you know, this is, you know, I'm looking for speed and accuracy when I'm loading, okay, and if I want my primers, I want my primers set at 5 thousandths below KSAT or 6 thousand below KSAT. I can measure that. Tools and powder dispensing. I mean, yeah, I can give you 3 of them here. I have one of yours here, the Link system. It's a good system. Needs to speed up somehow.
I agree.
Faster. But that's money, okay? And people sit down and say, you know, well, I'd rather spend $200 or $300 on a system, $900 on a system. And I'm one to sit down and say, well, I'll spend the $900 or $1,000 on sit down and say, yeah, every 30 seconds I got a good load that's within 200ths of a grain. So I'm not the majority of the reloaders out there, because most people will sit down and say, I'm within 1/10 of a grain, I'm happy.
Sure. Well, and I think the guys like you, Paul, that push that precision and accuracy envelope at standpoint, I mean, what used to be a $700 primer system, I mean, one day that'll be a $200 system, right? Or a $100 system. So it's the technology kind of iterates down. So, you know, that Holland add-on for our bench priming tool or automatic priming tool, I don't think he sells those anymore from what I've seen.
Still does. There's $250 for it.
Okay.
So you're taking $100, $125 or $130 priming system and adding on, and now
$200, right? But you can adjust seating depth, which is cool. The primal rights system, I think, is also a nice one if folks have seen that. And yeah, you're right. I mean, the Hornady guys, their new priming tool is a nice machine. I've heard good things about it. I haven't used one myself, so there's some.
I've seen the Lyman one, you know, and everything, and all that. There, you know, the Hornady one I'd never buy, because you know why? I have to buy a Hornady shell holder. I'm an RCBS person. Okay, I have RCBS shell holders.
Got to switch the system. I get it.
Yeah, you know, so I'm going to sit down and hunt up a Hornady shell holder to load to put primers in. No, no. I got my RCBS. I got it set. It's there.
And I think, I don't know about the Lyman. Do you have to? Is there a feed tube for the Hornady tool?
Yeah. Okay. Feed tool for the Hornady and feed tool for the Lyman.
That's a big deal. That helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to your point, our APT, our automatic priming tool, it's been out for 20 years plus, and it's I see one of the comments there. Yeah, for just blowing through and priming a whole batch of brass at once, you get pretty fast with those things. And you're right, there's not a way to adjust your seating depth on it. But the handle on that tool, you can really get a good kind of tactile sense for your seating depth. And that's not scientific, right? There's no way to kind of, stop yourself out where you want to stop. But for one, I think I get a really nice feel on that handle, so I can kind of know when I'm fully seated or not. Too far into the case, too shallow, whatever else. So I think that tool is a good option. And to your point, it's not terribly expensive. I think you can find our APTs for whatever, $120, something like that.
Well, it's a good system. I mean, but you add on the Holland onto it, and you sit down, and I can adjust within a half a thou where I'm going to set my primer. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
I have tooling that the measuring devices that I can sit down and measure how deep my primer is, my primer pocket, and everything else. It's not cheap. I sit down and I have a high-end Mitutoyo meter, a rabbit hole precision system, and and a stand, and I measure rim thickness on my cases. So
their calipers are the best out there too. Not cheap, but man, if you can go get a set of Mitutoyos, they're awesome.
Yeah, the Mitutoyo is about 500 here, and then with the foot switch and the brain box, it's another 500. So I can sit down with 1,000 cases, go through, or even 100 cases. I can go through 100 cases in an hour, put it all into a spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, you still see, guys will reload to try to save money, and then they get into a more budget-friendly setup. But I mean, more and more, we get here from the folks like you, Paul, that are chasing that, last little measure of accuracy, consistency, performance, and they don't mind what they're spending. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, Prairie Dog is about that tall and about that wide.
You better know what you're doing. Yeah, better be good.
And if I remember, your granddad was big into it.
He was. Yep.
Yeah.
He was. We got to go out a few times. I never seen him so happy as when he's just, you know, pushing a bunch of red mist out there. Watch those little cannibals go after each other. So no, it's yeah, that matters, and you know, like it's been oversaid, but the PRS guys, I mean, NRL Hunter, like that's such a big driver of guys trying to get a more accurate platform out of the box. Drives a lot of new cartridge adoption. There's cool
F class, all these new, you know, all these games now that are coming up that are requiring precision out of the reload and out of the gun has pushed a lot of things real fast in the reloading industry.
Yeah, I agree.
We're looking at, you know, I had to laugh at a friend of mine. He just spent $795 on a reloading die. Okay, one sizing die. All right. So, and we sit down and we look at it at a $250, $260 set, and we think, you know, okay, but this is where they're going.
Well, when I go push my prices up 20%, Paul, everybody can thank you for that idea.
I'm just sitting there going, you know, hey, you know, and
well, that backfired on you, Paul.
I know.
No, I'm kidding. I mean, RCBS, like we're the Ford, you know, we're the Chevy, like we're the everyday Joe, like that's who we want to be. I mean, yeah, we have our Matchmaster products, right? Our new trimmer, our $900 powder dispenser. We have some nicer things. I think we can do both, right? And give everybody an option. But yeah, we're not going to get away from the affordable stuff. That's the bread and butter,
you know,
right?
that's the bread and butter of it. I understand, you know, but again, I'm sitting there pushing you to a little bit higher, you know.
Yeah.
And if I make a little bit of headway at some place, I feel I've done something, you know, and I'm, you know.
No, I think the pushing is good from shooters, from reloaders, from, you know, our competitors, right? Like if you would have told me 10 years ago that somebody would spend $1,500 on a turret press, I would have laughed at you. You know, now you can go out and buy a very, can I say badass? Am I going to get edited, Mike?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Good. There you go. Well, that Zero is a badass unit, right? There's some awesome stuff out there these days that just wasn't available. You know, RCBS didn't supply those things, right? It won't even supply those things, and so
there's some single stage presses out there that beat that one that are under the price. You know,
but that one looks so cool, Paul.
That Nexus press out there.
Yes, the Nexus. Even a coax, right? I mean, there's some great options, but yeah, I think having those guys out there pushing that is good.
I use what do you call it? For seating my bullets, here I go again. I'm all over the place, but I seat with an RCBS press. I mean, you know, and that's what I do. If I'm developing a load, I may switch to an arbor press to develop the load, but I'm not looking at getting. It's very hard to seat that many bullets to go out and shoot prairie dogs.
Right.
With a arbor press. So,
speed matters. Do you use an arbor to measure your seating depth and your force, or what? Okay.
Well, yeah, I use a force pack to measure how you know.
Yeah, I've seen like AMP's arbor press attachment. I forget what they call it. That thing is very high tech, but I saw a demo of that at a SHOT Show a couple of years ago, and like there's some really cool science behind it.
Yeah, but there again, you can depending upon how you're dispensing powder, how you're processing your stuff. I'm using a 550 right now, and I can load on a 550, weighing every charge, and seating, basic seating, not fully seated, just, and then finish off on my RCBS press to finish up to get it where it should be, because the Summit press
The Summit,
so
sure.
massive, that it beats all the other presses as far as the feel and the accuracy.
Yeah, the Summit's another kind of overlooked unit. I size on my rock chucker, and then I seat on my Summit. And I think, I mean, you can size, of course, on a Summit, but I think for bullet seating, that's really where that press shines, to your point. So that's a good option out there. And we may also make an attachment for the Summits that you can turn it into an arbor style press, right? So there's a couple options there, but yeah, the Summit's it's a good unit. The size of that ram and the way that you're lowering the die onto the case, that seems to help compared to pushing the case and the bullet up into the die. Just, back to concentricity.
And yeah, develop a load. I'll sit down and I'll get my cases out, a straight line seeder and everything else, but that's developing a load. That's, what do I have? 50 cases to do that way, maybe. But when you're going out and you're prepping for a prairie dog shoot and you need to load 2,000 cases, well, it don't work that way. So,
Nope, I'm with you.
That way, the Summit works great that way. Like I said, I've been an RCBS user from the beginning.
Well, we appreciate it, and thank you guys as always.
Absolutely. One other quick question: do you offer custom seating stems, or like other than just the standard that comes with it?
Colin, yeah, we got a couple of options for kind of common requests for different seating stems.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that, like some of our, depends on the die line. Some of like our dies for like 4570, 3030, other kind of similar cartridges, the seating stems that come with it, they're not always great for, like that Hornady, what's their like flat nose bullet that's got the polymer in there?
GTX,
bullets, yeah.
I think.
There you go. Yeah. So I know we actually do have a custom seating stem that we will send to folks who have issues with those. So that's an option. We also have some seating stems that for like really long, like super sharp ogives, sort of like your ABLRs or some of your burger bullets. We do have different seating stems that work better for those out of the box. So let us know. The RCBS custom shop's been gone for a while, but it's never far from my mind. So I think that's something else we'll probably tackle before too long. So
used to order one size smaller and then pick up a bullet.
Well, all of our seating stems will work, but sometimes guys don't want the, you see that little mark on like the the tip of the bullet, and I mean that's mostly cosmetic, right? Depending on the cartridge and what you're loading, that typically you see yeah, there you go. That's not going to impact performance, right? 99 out of 100 cases or more. So, but if it's a cosmetic thing and it's important to you, call in, and depending on what die line you're using, what cartridge you want to load for, what bullet you're using, we may have something for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always just, with any seating stem that I've ever had, is I've taken the bullet that I'm using and valve grinding compound and a drill and went at it.
Yeah, no, it makes a difference. I know we also supply some seating stems to folks like barns. So if you're using different bullets, you're not having luck with factory seating options, call into the bullet manufacturer, and they may also have something for you there too. So that's the barns folks are good folks. It's a good option. All right, folks. I think I'm with Sharenda. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we'll cut you loose. I greatly appreciate all the time.
Anytime, guys. Thanks for waiting on me and
make Nick buy next time.
I can do that. That's fine.
Hey, now he lives here now, so we'll have to get with he'll to join us for it.
There you go.
Nick can buy, and then Ray can buy.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I am looking at shooting your Area 3 Steel Challenge that you're sponsoring this year.
Oh, great. Yeah, come on out. Powder Creek, right?
No, it's at Mill Creek.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Mill Creek.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, good. Yeah, come on out. I don't know if I'll be at that one, but we'll have a couple of our folks there. So, no, I appreciate it. And any questions, guys? The Reloading Podcast folks know where to get a hold of me personally. So don't be shy. Write in to Mike or Nick or Paul, whoever, and say, hey, get this to Joel.
Like I said, if anybody got questions, I'll just shoot it in a text message right to Joel right then and there.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Where's the Trail Boss? Where's the Blackhorn?
I'm shocked I haven't had that one more yet.
What's your safe for all the Blackhorn? So
get the
there you go. It's gonna be like the Purge, but it'll be in my basement for people looking for Trail Boss and Target or Tumbo or whatever. Anyway, but no, I hear you guys, and we're always here to help. So Hodgdon.com, RCBS.com. We're still a family company, and we appreciate your support. So
absolutely, we appreciate your time. Especially when you have the little ones you're trying to get ready for bed and everything, and give your wife a big hug.
I will,
and tell her that we all greatly appreciate her sacrifice for you being able to come on tonight.
She is real MVP, so I will tell Kelsey that you guys all say thank you, and thanks to all my friends in the chat. VAO, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for chiming in, and everybody else too. So thank you guys. Anytime.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
Awesome.
Indeed.
We gotta get Chris back on. I know he's retired or retired, but
yeah, I'll reach out to him. So I'll order. He's off already, but we'll let him know that need to work out some shipping to Iceland. I'll tell him, hey, my shirt vendor can do it. Come on.
Oh, but that's one of the best families in the fire.
Oh yeah, absolutely, hands down.
I think I've told you guys before. They're at the gun club. The gun club I shoot at was originally owned by the Hodgdon family here in the Kansas City area. It's around 100-acre set of land up on the river here, Kansas River. They ended up leasing it out to the gun club when the gun club got started in the 60s. Just this past September, they dedicated a 100-yard range bay to the Hodgdon family, which is awesome. And so it's got a nice covered area, nice big sign on the front, the Hodgdon family range. Super cool. I think they might even put some stuff on their website or on their Instagram, the social media for sure. But I met his dad's awesome. Joel's awesome. His mom, everybody in the family is awesome people. Great Americans and people that love the community and love the sport.
Absolutely.
And I think hell would have to freeze over before their presses were to be made outside of the U.S.
Yeah, I was just double checking that, but I'm like, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they're all made. I I think for the most part, most of the reloading presses are made all here.
Maybe Frankfurt Arsenal.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of, because Lyman's made there in Connecticut.
I think the one behind me wasn't, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think of. Yeah, because Lyman are still there in Connecticut. RCBS are still there out there in Orville. I'm not sure he's doing Dillon. Foresters are all made right there.
Lee.
Lee does all their own, as far as I know.
Lee's about an hour from me.
Yeah, because they do all their own, as far as I know.
And I actually have toured that factory, and have seen all the tooling and everything that they make, all of their dies and all of their presses and all of their molds in-house.
You know, I thought of a topic, Mike, for the summer when you're done with when school's out. Get back up there and do a Titan episode again. We haven't had Titan on in how long? It's been.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, I can almost find a time to come up. I got some. I have some PTO this summer.
That's about the time we joined the podcast.
Yeah, shortly
when he was there.
Yeah, shortly after that, I think. Or started truly listening regularly. I think pretty much all of us, I know you and I both have a Rock Chucker Supreme. I know Paul's got a Rock Chucker Supreme. You probably got a Rock Chucker Supreme, don't you, Mike?
Nope.
I traded it for
a Dillon 650, which then I traded for the Frankfurt Arsenal.
On that one, I even asked him myself, Andy, Alaska one Andy. It's just they made such a connection with the mill there that makes their presses. The state really doesn't bother them. Yeah, they have a lot of EPA stuff, but just it's a legacy company that they really haven't had any major issues with other things. If it gets worse, they said they might have to, but as things are running smoothly right now, why pick up move and just the legacy there on site is hard to beat.
Yeah, see where they're probably making those presses, they're not actually a steel mill. They're not making the steel. They're buying billets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reheating them and forging them.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing.
So they don't have the EPA regulations, the actual steel mill.
Yeah, no, you know all about that side stuff. So Gavin had a good video covering the plant tour of all of RCBS. If you want to go check out the ins and outs of all of RCBS there. He went there. He was actually there with Joel. So yeah, Gavin covered all that.
I think most of the stuff is forged for them already, and then they do the machining work. And
doing the machine work. Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Yes, that is correct. The M1000 beam scale is foreign. So, but he kind of addressed that. He said there's some things in there that
you
can't afford to.
Locally.
That's just the U.S. economy built in manufacturing nowadays. Anyway, there's a lot of parts in manufacturing you can't get in the States.
Well, you can get them.
You can. It's just your cost is going to be your build versus your cost versus your sales is just going to be ebbs and flows. Like in my industry, solar, there's no way you're buying a U.S. solar panel. I have to go over to Taiwan or something over there, South Korea, to buy our solar panels put up. There's no way. If it was in the States, you'd be talking, say, a $200 million site. You're turning into a $1 billion site or something like that. So,
yeah, it's like I asked him. I said, "Is additive manufacturing coming into it?" He says it hasn't yet. It will. They will get to additive manufacturing.
Especially like he said with the 3D printing, testing, building a new press. That's going to save so much time. Like I look at it, and like in the suppressor industry, there's a company called Otter Creek Labs. they originally developed a subsidiary company that tested all the suppressors they built early on and figured out all their issues ahead of time, so they don't have to run that onto the consumer side. So that's why they can keep their suppressors at such a budget price in the long term of things. And that's when the 3D printing is going to really come to help everybody. If you can 3D print material cheap, test the product before you produce it, that's really going to not have all that money cost up front, which is going to then help on the consumer side.
Yeah.
That's, like, as it is additive manufacturing,
Yep.
and that doesn't mean, 3D plastic. That means
No, absolutely. Yeah.
metal, and everything else.
Inconel.
And
Inconel and there's titanium and all that other stuff. It's crazy amount of stuff you can.
Are they 3D printing with titanium?
I don't think they're getting close.
Yes,
if they haven't already there, I think they are, but I couldn't
They're
remember.
there.
They're adding new
They're
things.
there.
It feels like every week in
Mhm.
the additive manufacturing side of things. But yeah, I see that being the true future of the industry, or just manufacturing in general. We're there, but
you
got more to
want to
do.
make a change of something, that you change a few lines of code, you change it. Hey, I mean, that's what basically is what it ends up being.
Mhm.
The machines themselves, okay, yeah, they're going to be expensive, but so is anybody look at a 5-axis CNC machine lately? Yeah, it's things that that are going to happen, that's going to make changes to this industry.
Yep.
Our hobby and our sport.
I might reach out to Joel, see if there might be at Goals, because that's kind of a local show for some of their team here. And Hodgdon, same thing. So I might see if he's there, and be nice to meet up with everybody.
Indeed.
Right.
All right.
So,
thank you for
everybody,
getting,
thanks everybody for joining. So,
yep. I want to thank Nick for getting Joel on and start.
Not a problem. He's turned into a good friend here locally, and having that connection between him, his dad, the whole Hodgdon family, RCBS, it's good to have. And like I said, we kind of have it spoiled here as far as reloading components pretty locally here. So, but then that's good. It's like I've always will say, great family. He says, if I ever need anything, he says same thing. Everybody he talks to, it's good to have. So, but yeah, absolutely. Anytime. And like I said, I'm working on more.
Didn't bend his arm on that and on getting you guys a case trimmer. So, okay, I'm sorry.
I'm one of those people. I hate bugging somebody just to send. I don't want somebody to just send me something. I try not to do that.
Mhm.
And I haven't done a lot of things, and so, but that powder funnel is on my list for sure. So,
yeah, definitely on the list. I gotta get my annealer from EP Integrations first, and then.
Or you might as well wait, Mike, and see. I'm trying to work out. I might try to get him on, not next week, not the week after. At the end of the month, I'm gonna try to have that guy from Burst Fire on.
Okay.
So if we can get him on, it'd be great. I'll send him a text tomorrow. He's out in California, so I'll wait till about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and I'll shoot him a date or two, see what works for him. So
there you go. So, Zeke 8686. I was just scrolling back up to find your question, so I can put it up. Come on, get up there. Okay, so does anyone have any guidance on loading 38 special wad cutters as far as seating depth? Should I set to the cantilever or to case length? I'm using Lee cast with deep loop grooves. If it's a true full wad cutter, My understanding is the correct way to seat those, and Paul, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but is flush.
Right.
Yeah, if you're doing a true
Yeah.
wad cutter, yeah, flush.
And if it's semi-wad cutter, there should be a crimping groove.
Yep.
Bullet. And he's using Lee, huh?
Idaho Rogers, yes, I'll be getting that too.
There's a cylinder in it.
Yeah. Yeah, cylinder that you seat flat with the case. Yeah, that case tray is nice.
Yeah.
I love mine. I still need to send mine to Chris. Have him haircut it. I've been talking about for 3 years doing.
There you go.
How's Chris doing? Did we
I don't know.
talk
I
to him?
haven't talked to Chris much.
Pretty good. He's progressing. So he's definitely healing up quicker than the missus is. So, but yeah, things are going well. The surgeon this time said that there was some issues at the original surgery, and that's why he had to have it redone.
Oh shit.
So
What did he?
Achilles.
Achilles, yeah.
Oh shit.
And
Hang
those
on a
hurt.
second, Mike.
I've never had one, but I know people that have.
All right. If you see, there's you got the gas check, two grooves, and then there's a small crimping groove. That's where it goes on a semi-wad cutter.
Yeah. So basically, all but just the top end of it is
Right.
seated. So
I'll see if I can get a.
yeah, it's a 4440, but same idea.
So, yeah, it's a semi-wad cutter, but right there.
Yep.
Crimping groove for that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all. I want to make sure.
Yeah, you can see the two lube grooves, and then there's a little
Is that it's that narrow groove that's there.
crimping groove at the top.
Yep.
Right
Well, he
there.
just says wad cutter, so he doesn't say semi though. So
Right. Yeah, he
Yeah.
said full wads. So if like
Yeah.
that's like we're saying though, is if it's full wad cutters, then literally the top of the projectile should be flush with the lip of the case.
Yep.
Exactly. And normally we would put it just a little bit below and fold the roll crimp would just hold it in. Slight roll crimp on it.
Yep, full wad cutters. So yeah, full wad cutters. So
What's
Oder
he
said
loading up for?
that he's been using
I'm
he's saying that there's a crimp groove on the full wad cutter.
I'm gonna check
Hmm.
with Lee.
Interesting.
I'm not
I didn't
sure.
know Lee had. They wouldn't put. Why would they put a crimp groove on it?
So.
Actually, there is. You got 3 lube grooves, then you have a crimp groove on it.
Yeah.
There
you're
is a
right.
crimp groove on there.
There is a crimp groove on that one. But normally we would
Yeah.
seat to the flush with the or just a little bit below and then roll crimp over.
Huh.
My wad cutter. Yeah. Weird. I don't know. I guess you could. But, like I said, normally typically wad cutters are fully seated.
Yeah.
So but I guess some of that would depend on his powder charge too.
Well, it's not much more than 2.7 or 2.8 grains of bullseye.
Yeah. I guess, try them both. Seat some to the crimp groove and crimp them there, and then seat the other ones full and see which one performs better.
Yeah, you'll know pretty quick with velocities and accuracy.
I mean, literally, you could do 6 of each.
6 of each, yeah. A cylinder of each, and you'll be able to tell exactly which one's better.
So, have a good night, Idaho Rogers. Good to see you. So, yeah, Zeke, let us know. Zeke 8686, let us know how that does. But like I said, you should be able to figure it out in 6. Even if you don't have a chronograph, you're shooting them over.
Accuracy will tell you everything.
Yeah, grouping will tell you. So
yeah. And they shouldn't be much over 800 feet per second.
No.
So.
But so 2 weeks, hopefully we can start doing a little bit of casting.
Ooh.
I got to get a propane tank first, so, or get my 30-pounder recertified if it can. So, no, so Kaniden in the Rumble chat said probably don't need much of a crimp with so much bullet in the case as a question. No, it's just a really, really light crimp. So
yeah, you're just putting the tiniest of crimps on there just to basically hold it in there. Friction, kind of more friction, but also just the extra flare on there to flare it in.
And
good night, Raggle.
So it's surprising that
running with scissors also said good night earlier.
Seiko and runs 1 with a crimping groove or 3 with a crimping groove and 1 without.
Yeah.
So
I gotta say I am pretty impressed with Lee's upgrade to their website. The pictures
it is nice. I was on there the other day.
So if you haven't been on Lee's website in a while, which I hadn't because I usually go to Titan, check it out.
I'm definitely ordering some of their micrometer connectors for my Lee dies.
Yeah, definitely am liking the updated website. It's kind of nice. So, and then you can save cartridges and find all the stuff for it. That's a nice new feature. And they have the cartridge list.
Yeah. If I remember right, I think their custom shop's opening back up.
I heard that rumor too, but I haven't confirmed it. So
yeah, that would be nice to confirm because I would love to see Joel open it back up. Their RCBS.
That would be nice. Yeah.
It's like there's some dies I would love to have, but I'm not spending CH40 money for one gun for dies.
No.
But if I can get like something, pay $75-$80 for a set of dies.
Oh, this is nice.
Did you guys look at the Lee where they're showing their powder coated bullet dies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
nice.
Yeah.
They have a lot of new stuff in the last couple of years. Lee went nothing for a few years. Now, last year and this year, they're nailing it, a lot of their new products.
So here's a cool thing. If you choose that cartridge, you do the select the cartridge, it literally lists everything they make for that cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
Die sets, single dies, the factory crimp dies, case conditioning tools, what press you can use for it, what presses don't work well, your bullet feeding kits, your bullet molds, for it.
Heck yeah.
Bullet sizer. What shell holder?
That's big.
So, for the priming tool and for the press, this is nice.
They finally hired somebody to do it correctly.
Well, we are Wisconsin, and we're not always up to grade on the fancy internet stuff. That there interwebs is kind of confusing up here, Oh, that reminds me. Somebody on the Winged Wheel Instagram page posted a picture of Gibby and said that he has allowed no goals in his last 4 shutouts. And the comments are just awesome. But I popped on there and I said, so it looks like somebody spent some time with their family from Wisconsin and tried to keep up with them at the bar. So, Zeke8686 wants to know Nick and Ray, because you just put Ray instead of putting Nick and Ray. You're gonna
I'm on Dad's computer, so it's set up with his name, and
but you got to put both of you on there. You clone.
Otherwise,
you're gonna be just Ray.
Just Mills.
You're gonna be Ray from now on.
Sure.
Congratulations,
fine.
Ray.
It was my dad's name. It was my grandfather's name. My dad just didn't want to make me the third. I don't blame him.
Ray. Oh, so he's junior?
Technically, no.
Okay.
Different middle name, but
that's no fun.
So. I'm still calling him Junior.
Yeah.
Even though by law, junior, senior stuff.
So what does milsurp look like in general? I want to get into it, but it always seems like they're overpriced for what you get.
That's the thing about milsurp. It takes time. A lot of my stuff when I run across a deal, I've run across it because it's a deal. So that's why I look at you. It depends on what you want to get into to shoot. Are you wanting to get in like odd 6? You want to get into like an oddball cartridge where you're really taking the time doing the reloading.
And is he going to collect, or is he just
exactly?
He just looking for a shooter?
That's the thing. I'm the collector. I do both. I collect them and I shoot them.
I do not collect milsurp. I just shoot them.
Yeah, and that's like for someone who wants to get into a milsurp to shoot. A 303 British infield's a good place to start. All the Japanese rifles aren't too bad to get into. Start shooting. They're pretty easy to reload.
Moist nuggets are overpriced.
Yep. I won't touch them right now because of what they are priced.
You should not pay more than $300 friggin' for a Mosin Nagant.
No. The Swedish Mausers are another one. You can reload super accurate ammo.
Yep.
For a good price for those. You're getting a nice 6.5 bullet, easy cases to get. I would say the Swiss, but Swiss brass is impossible to get right now for like K31s.
Oh, really?
Oh, PPU isn't bringing anything in.
Yeah, I suppose.
They have the whole embargo right now with the war going on. So
yeah. I'm sure somebody will pick up the slack on that.
Fortunately, remember my buddy we had on back last year, Milsurp Munitions.
Yeah.
Later this year, they're supposed to be opening up their own brass manufacturing.
There you go.
They're going to try to have it all U.S. brass, a dedicated surplus brass manufacturer here in the States is their goal to compete against PPU. But it just depends. Zeke, if you're on the Discord, I'm on the Discord.
And if you're not on the Discord, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll get you the Discord link.
Yeah. Like I said, shoot me a message. I can talk my ear. Like I said, I talk about it all day long. I can talk about it all day long. And 90% of the cartridges I reload are surplus cartridges. I go from your basic 30-06 all the way to your 577 450 Martini, where it takes me 45 minutes to load one case. So I can
when we get into casting, are you able to do any demonstrations?
Yeah, just let me know. I just gotta get the garage cleaned up a little bit and get the stuff ready, and yeah, shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, that's the thing is I got to toss the wife's car out. So
I won't be here the next 2 weeks. I'll be in Texas next week.
yeah, I know.
And the week after that's the meeting, our club meeting. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I got to figure out what we're going to talk about next week, and then 2 weeks. I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll do an intro to casting.
I might jump on because I guess depending on what time we get back to the hotel, and if we go to a nice dinner, if the construction team takes us out for a nice dinner, we'll see.
Nice.
But I might jump on. We'll see. I'll be in a hotel room. It depends. Depends how tired I am from being on a construction site all day.
Yeah.
A 3,200 acre construction site. Yeah.
Come on, that's small.
No, it's not for our company. I'm one of the bigger construction sites in the company right now.
Nice.
Yeah, they all have pickup trucks and
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
TVs. And all you're doing is watching them move dirt.
Actually, we're past the grading stage. We're to the
Okay.
post driving stage now. So now all I hear when I'm out, I'll be hearing when I'm out there is a pile driving machine going tick 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 driving that post down all day long. But yeah, Zeke, anything you want to ask me, let me know. I can get you started. Where to go, what to need. Sharinda's going to be coming over to my house probably here in the next month or two to learn the basics into rifle reloading again. And I've taught probably 6 or 7 guys into reloading, and I have a whole group of guys here in the KC area that are into milsurps and all across country. I get them asking me anything I want to know. I'm the main go-to reloader on that Discord. So I think I reload 60 different cartridges. So
Yeah. I just saw something come across. World Rally Cross might be coming back to America.
Ooh.
They're coming in June to look at potential sites in Kentucky and possibly somewhere else.
Interesting. I just saw a photo come across my phone the other day. A IHRA truck driving west out of the metro, heading towards Topeka, which is a big sign for Heartland.
Because you said the IHRA bought Topeka.
They bought it, but we didn't know if it was just them buying the land just to have it. But when IHRA trucks are driving that way, that's big news.
Good. Hopefully they get another good TV deal and we can watch them again.
I'm tired of I'm already tired of the new baseball deal, and they just announced that yesterday.
Well, that's because it's gonna suck.
I'm not paying the $100.
Oh, I just get the MLB app and I can listen to any game I want. Not that I really need to because I have Sirius XM.
I'll just go to the games. It's $20 to go to a Royals game. I'll just
Nice.
go to the Royals game.
It is not that cheap for a Brewers game, but I get free tickets through Quick Trip.
There you go. Well, we don't. Parking's really gypped yet. It's about $50 to park.
Oh,
so I'm like, I'm gonna go out there.
That's a lot. Brewers is cheaper than that.
Well, it might even. Like I said, I haven't been out there. I went out twice last year, but like I'll go to a Saturday game this year. I'll just go out tailgate before the game and just go to the game.
I got a crap ton of vacation time I got to burn up before July 1st, so I probably will go to a couple day games.
Come on down.
When it gets warmer, I will.
I got a bedroom in my house. Dad's got 2 bedrooms here.
Yep.
We can go to the World War I Museum, go get some good barbecue.
Oh yeah. And speaking of, for the month of February, the Negro League's baseball museum is free.
Yep.
So if you're in the KC area, swing down.
I've not been. It's on my list to go to.
If you go, tell Bob Kendricks that Mike Iceland sent you.
They're getting ready to do a giant renovation or addition.
Yes, they are.
I'm gonna go before that just to say I've been to the old one, but I'm excited for the new one. From the renderings I'm seeing, it looks incredible.
Yeah, they are talking about all new space and
another thing that we have coming. One of only, I think, 6 cities in the country are having some original documents from the 1700s coming here to the World War I Museum.
Cool.
So I think original copy of the Declaration of Independence. There's a whole list of documents that'll be. They built a special plane that's going to be taking this stuff all across the country.
They wouldn't fly it.
I don't know why they are either. That's a dumb idea. Unless they're flying it with private fighter plane escort. But
well, there's too many things that can go wrong with a plane.
Yeah.
If you have problems with a truck or a car, you're on the ground. It's okay.
Exactly.
You have problems with a plane,
it crashes.
You're a smoking hole.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm excited for that. I'll definitely be going to that. But yeah, reach out to that Zeke. Get the Discord. It's great. It's a great community of people.
Reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can send me a text at 608-467-0308. Or if you're feeling froggy, you can leave me a voicemail too, eh? So,
no, absolutely. Yeah, anything you need, let me know.
Yeah. So,
if I don't know, I know people that do.
Exactly. Same thing with the questions. Ask. The Discord is a great. The nice thing about Discord, yes, we have the Reloading Podcast group on Facebook. Okay. There's like 13,000 members in that place now. Okay. The nice thing about the Discord is your posts don't get lost easily.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the best thing about the Discord, if you want to ask a question to anybody, you just put @everyone.
Yeah,
and it throws it out there for anybody to see. It's not like,
and on Friday mornings, you do @everyone TGIF.
I get tired of that because I get a lot of times I get notifications on other things.
Oh, we do that we do that just to irritate one person.
Well, let's see. I'm on probably.
Because he has to work on Fridays and Saturdays.
Yeah, I'm on probably 15 different Discord tabs right now. Since the beginning of since probably half an hour ago, I have 314 Discord notifications.
Don't you know how to mute channels?
I do, but I'm an admin on half of them, so I have to be on notifications to see some of these things.
Oh, there you go.
So that's why my phone's on silent all day and not on vibrate, because my phone would be vibrating all day long.
Your battery would go dead. So
it already does. That's why it stays on the charger at work all day. But
yep. So yeah, I know. That's the nice thing about Reloading Podcast. I don't care. Yeah. Post what you want. I have never banned anybody.
Nope.
I've never taken down a post. Oh, and for the kids in the back, we have a buy and sell page.
Yep.
Oh, and there's no restrictions on that as long as you're following laws.
Yeah.
So anyway, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, 608-467-0308, text or voicemail. So there you go. And on that note, make sure you thank Joel if you run into him or you see him on the interwebs and stuff. Stop by RCBS's social media pages and give him some love. Tell him thanks. And if your brass is dirty, get off the schneid, because you got to keep that brass shiny.
Jump on the Mill Sharp bus and teach them to reload when they're young. And
make sure you're supporting the Second Amendment, whether that's through local, national organizations, local, state organizations. Make sure you're paying attention to what's going on with the critters. All your elected representatives, everywhere from the bottom basement, county boards, town boards, yada yada, all the way up to the schmucks in Washington. So politicians and diapers have something in common. Actually, they have two things. They should be changed often, and usually they're full of shit.
Yep.
So if you are talking to your Congress peoples, let them know that we want to see term limits for them. Now, obviously, we're trying to get them to fire themselves, which is kind of hard, especially with all the corruption going on. But there you go. So midterms are coming up. Pay attention. what's going on. Chris just sent me a bunch of podcasts that are brain fart. That are edited, so I'm working on getting those posted. So, most importantly, 988 or 1-800-273-8255. If you're struggling, reach out, get some help. If it's, if you're in crisis, and you're not really sure what to do, if you're just, feeling down in the dumps, Walk the Talk America has some really good resources there. So there is help out there. It is not a weakness to get the help. It is chicken shit if you take if you start a shotgun. And all you're doing is screwing up everybody else that's still here. So you're not helping anybody. You're making it worse. I guarantee you, no matter who you are, there's at least one person that wants you walking around on this planet. So get some help. We need you here. We want you here. We need to keep fighting the good fight. So thanks, folks. Have a good night.
Night, y'all.